Good morning, children. I'm so glad that we get to have our moment again here this morning. I miss you all again. I hope that things are going well at your houses. So, as we've been talking about the Bible characters, we're continuing this morning. Last week was Joshua. And this week, there's actually a lot that we're going to take all as one big group together. They're called the Judges from the book of Judges. Now, you might have heard of them. You might not, because some of their stories are kind of They're not very good stories in a certain way. But as characters, they all have something to teach us. And so the thing about the Judges is that God used them to deliver his people during a time when the people weren't making very good choices. And so they would get into some trouble, and God would raise up a judge to deliver his people from their oppression. Now, each of these judges were not exactly people that you would expect God to use to deliver his people. All of them had some sort of flaw or something that would make them, in the eyes of the world, not a very good leader. But God used them anyway. And so really that's what I think is good for us to think about. All of you are children. You are small, perhaps. You're young. You maybe don't have very many skills yet. But that doesn't stop God from using you. See, God is willing to use all kinds of people, even if they have flaws, even if they don't seem like people who are fit for the job. God uses them anyway. And so that's what God did with Ehud, with Deborah, with Barak, with Gideon, with Jephthah, and with Samson, and any others that I might have missed from the book of Judges. God is willing to use all kinds of people, and he can use you too to serve him or to do things for others, to shine his light to them. And so I want you to remember that no matter how small you are, no matter how young you are, no matter how unqualified, you are qualified in God's sight to be used. And God can call you to do anything that he needs done. So think about that this morning. And if you want, ask your parents more about the Judges. And I'm sure they can tell you a kid-friendly version of those stories. All right, so let's sing this morning about shining our light, because that's something that we can do, all of us. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. All right, have a great week.